Hi, everybody. It's Colette Baron-Reid, and I have a very special guest who you have all requested. Okay. So we've had so many requests coming in. We know this is Debra Silverman, one of my dearest, best friends for sure. We have been friends for almost 30 years now. Isn't that crazy? Yep. Yep. I think Daniel was only like a baby. Um, yeah, so crazy. And but also Deborah is really one of the most prominent and interesting astrologers walking around on the planet with an incredible school, actually, the Deborah Silverman School of Applied Astrology. And she and I share the very same commitment, which is to really be these wacky old aunties who are here to help y'all. Me with the stars and the cards, ladies. This is basically who we are. Stars and cards with Deborah and Colette. So we decided we're going to do this regularly for you because you asked, and we're going to check it out. So you expect us every month. And what we're going to do is Deborah is going to give us the whole overview of the month coming up, and like what are the things that are overlapping, like what's our basic umbrella that all of us are. It's reflecting our humanity and the lack of it sometimes, or what basically are the qualities that of the energy that surrounds us, like weather. And then we go into the signs. And then what I do is I pull cards to match or to further the conversation of what Deborah begins. So without further ado, August, baby.
Oh, yes, baby. So first, I just want to say thank you so much. There is this word in astrology called chemistry, and both Colette and I have grand trines in fire. Like we have a similar energetic, so it amplifies the juju. So you're probably going to get like giggles and insights and also the humor factor because it's our charts. She has Mars in Aries, I have Moon in Aries, she has Venus in Gemini, I have Venus in Gemini, she's a Cancer. So when astrology does that with people where the combination's the same, they immediately think that they're best friends because they're basically looking at themselves going, I really like her. But really, we're looking at ourselves. So that's part of what happens with her and I. Everything she does, I'm like, that's so cool. And that's what we're here today to
Yeah.
bring you. So we're going to do the month of overview. We're coming into the sign of Leo, which is great because Colette has quite a few planets in Leo. And so you want to write this down. I would grab a pen every time we start, write this down, and then put it on your calendar, put it in your front of your computer. She's looking for a pen. It's the cutest thing you ever saw.
No, I'm looking for my own. I'm
On,
going to take notes.
okay, so on August 9th, we are going to have a full moon, and you always pay attention. In fact, Colette and I are speaking today under a full moon. The energies increase, and especially if you're a fixed sign. So let me distinguish that. If you're a Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, or Leo, during this full moon, which is in Leo, we have back to the same thing about astrology. There's chemistry in the sky. So there's times where it's conducive for all you squared, for all you fixed people, you're going to be squared, which means there's going to be activation. It's not bad. It just means if you're a Leo, an Aquarius, a Scorpio, or Taurus during this month, you're going to have some response to the sun in Leo, either going opposite your Aquarius or squaring the Taurus in Leo. And therefore, pay attention that during this month of August, you're going to feel energized. Specifically, the full moon. Yes, my love.
Which is Aquarius. You said it was in Leo.
It's in Leo, but all the fixed signs, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio, will all be under the influence of the Leo. Sorry if I said that wrong. Any fixed sign. The short answer is all of you fixed signs during this month are
Yes.
going to be activated. It's going to increase
The
your
whole month.
voltage.
Okay.
Yes, that's simple. During the full moon on August 9th, that's when it increases. Why? Because when there's a full moon in the sign of Leo, it's always in its opposite sign. So, announcement to all of you beginners, the full moon always suggests an opposition. The sun's in one sign, the moon is opposite, and there's tension. Why do we sleep less? Why do we feel agitated? Why do we feel activated? Why do we go out and howl? That's why we sing. That's why when the olden days, everybody was out dancing during a full moon, as distinct from a new moon when we were all in our little tents going, shh, it's dark out there. Can't see a thing. Okay. Mercury, write this down. Mercury's retrograde, July 18th. It started in July until August 11th. So once again, because Leo, it's actually retrograde in Leo, it's going to affect fixed signs. So if you notice It's a little harder to communicate. You're missing the beat. I hate when people say, I was just interviewed yesterday and I bought a house during Mercury retrograde and everybody was like, don't buy the house. Then I sold it 2 years later and I'm not even going to tell you the profit I made. So let's not talk about it being wrong when
I think
there's
it's
Mercury
great.
retrograde. I know you're the one that taught me this. She thinks it's great. It means slow down.
Mhm.
So I'm going to do it again. July 18th to August 11th, all you fixed signs paying attention, like, oh, I remember that from Colette and Deb. Things were a little awkward, not wrong, just requesting me to slow down, pay attention, increase my awareness. Not a bad problem. And then just to add, Saturn, Uranus, and Pluto are all going to be backwards the whole month of August. So when there's 3 outer planets going backwards in addition to Mercury, that would say, think about walking. I like to think of retrogrades as walking backwards. You can do it. You just got to, it's awkward.
Right.
So nothing's wrong. So let's take off the fact that, oh, there's 4 planets retrograde. No, it's a month, August, especially for all those fixed signs, to just be in their awareness and go, oh, I'm not going to push so hard this month. And I won't be surprised if there's some challenges. Okay, let me keep going.
Um,
So, go ahead. You asked me a
I need
question.
to, yeah. So I want to just refresh this again because you said the full moon, which is in the time of Leo, but it's an opposite in Aquarius. You didn't say the word Aquarius.
That's right. Well, we call it a full moon in Leo. But
Right.
anyone that knows astrology knows it will be in Aquarius because it's the
Okay.
opposite. But we call it a full moon in Leo.
Yeah. But they may not know. Not to
Yeah.
tell you
So
guys you don't know.
no, this is so helpful. It's so good to distinguish because people are throwing around astrology words right, left, and center on the
Right.
internet, on YouTube. And I'm always like, what'd she just say? So it's good to slow it down and just go, yes, it's a full moon in Leo, but it will be in the actual sign of Aquarius because it's
Right.
always opposite. It's kind
Yeah.
of simple. And then there is some really activating energy before we go into detail with Libras, because Mars will be in Libra in August. And the best sign of this month, you're going to love this, Colette, is Cancer. There's a
Yay.
really wonderful energetic for Cancers. Now, we're going to go into more detail as we follow through. And I just want to add one more funny thing. If a baby's born during the early part of August this year, like during that full moon, what's the 9th in the early part of August when Pluto's opposite, and there's a lot of powerful energy. There's a very auspicious time, the first week of August, for a baby to be born with this like super cuddly, loving, creative genius. So there's a super nice aspect. I won't go into detail, but it's a wonderful time. People want to know, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
if you're pregnant, it's a cool thing to just note. And every month we'll tell you what is the flavor of that month if a baby were born.
Fun.
All right. Should we start with the cards? We're going to do
Yeah.
Aries first.
Let me just give a quick overview because I think the main points Saturn, Venus, Pluto, and Mercury all going backwards, right? So every one of us is going to be impacted by those signs. So what I'd love for you to just tell people is when Saturn, which is the planet of what discipline and what, like I'd like you just to remind people what they mean and why that might, slow them down a
Okay,
little bit.
perfect.
And what could we be looking at that time in the month of August?
That's so great. So Saturn, of course, Colette, she's a secret astrologer. No one knows that. But yes, Saturn's a planet of discipline, and it brings manifestation of reality. It's the planet that describes like buildings and forms and government and tax, like getting things done. So it's going retrograde. So it means if you're working on a project and you're wondering why it's being delayed,
Yeah.
you would say, you know what, Saturn's still going retrograde. So not to worry. By the way, the other two, Pluto and Uranus, are retrograde 70% of the time.
I didn't
So
know
it's
that.
not unusual. Yeah, the outer planets are always, Pluto is retrograde 75, 80% of the time. It's always going backwards. So don't get confused, except Saturn is significant, to your point. It is about manifestation. And if you're an Aries, it's in Aries. Or if you're a Libra opposite, you might be saying, how come I'm not like getting the results? I started this project somewhere at the early part of the year, and now it's slowing down. Permission to say Saturn's retrograde.
Right. Right. Does this with the planet Uranus? We know that it changed signs last month in July, right? So
Yes, very good. Yes.
is there a continuing story this month in August?
That's so perfect. Yes. Okay, so you were right. From July till September, Uranus entered a different sign. It's going to go back and then it's going to come forward. It does this funny thing. Retrograde, as I described. It's in Gemini right now. And the whole planet, I did an Instagram live during the week it happened.
Right.
And I used you as a reference.
Oh, did
Everybody,
you?
I said, Colette, I said, I always call Colette because she has like a Cancerian instinctual sense. She's kind of like a weather report. She's like the person you want to know. What's the collective weather? I always call Colette. And the day that it happened, Colette said, I had to take the day off. I couldn't function. And we did too.
Yeah.
I have heard from so many people that energetic shift
Woo.
was like discombobulating. It felt like something was wrong with the self. So it's good to know.
Yeah.
And this is an announcement, it will continue through the next 3-4 months, Uranus entering Gemini. And I'm going to go through, when we go through each month, I'm
Yep.
going to tell you what sign's going to be influenced by it the most and the birth
Right.
dates of the people that will really be feeling it personally.
Right. Right. Right.
But Uranus and Gemini, what it talks about is, and you're so another Colette Baron-Reid, it's really about AI. It's really about the introduction of us considering an advanced Uranus
Mhm.
Gemini communication device. So there's introductions now for all of us, which I'm personally, as I told Colette, not my favorite topic, but it's
Yeah.
here.
Wasn't
It's
mine
here for.
either. Wasn't mine either. A long time. Yeah. It's like
But
it's
you've really, your 11th house makes you accessible to it. But so there is an introduction of a higher frequency. It's almost like 5G on steroids. Like there's a Uranus and
like,
Gemini, high strung.
and it's disabling. It's, I think, the destabilizing. I think that's the thing when people feel like, why am I feeling it? Am I doing it wrong? You're not. I think it's going to take a minute before we recalibrate our
Calibrate.
energy. And
Exactly.
that's why it's good that August is slowing down, because we need that. We need a beat to be able to kind of bring our energy into alignment with the thing that's not going away, especially the next 7 years.
I
Right.
agree with you
So,
completely. Yes.
yeah. So we
This
have
is
to,
the time of recalibrating, and because it's the month of Leo, which gets along with Gemini, it's a lot better in August, and September could get high pitched again. So
yeah.
take advantage of this month. That was your question.
Yeah.
The flavor of August, having Leo, even though, as you mentioned, everything's retrograde, nothing's wrong. It's quite a pause after
Yeah.
July, because July was like putting your finger in the ow.
It just, I never really loved July. Isn't that funny? That's my birthday month, but birth month. And I always wait till it's over. I don't know what it is. I'm like, okay, what are we doing now? Right.
Because then when it's a really good point for all of you. During your birthday month, the energy increases for everybody.
Right.
So most people will say to you, during my birthday month, I feel so activated. I
Yeah.
don't feel comfortable. And it's not fun because it's like turned up the crank and then it goes back the next month. So you're right. During your birthday month, the sun is going, Colette, Colette. You're like, move over.
Yeah. Especially with this. Yeah. Well, so anyway, I'm glad we brought that up, because we know that months are not, they're evolving from the story from the month before, right? Nothing is distinct from the other parts. It's not like we're taking just August, we're going to be all this. There's a story that's been building and building, and Deborah and I are here
Yes.
to show you how to thread it and not be afraid of it. I think that's really
Bingo.
important, because I know that the cyclical quality of what's happening right now, even like with America right now, you're 84 years right now, you've got Uranus at that,
Uranus,
right?
yes, Uranus was found during the American Revolution when
Yep.
they first in the 80s, in 1800,
Yeah.
1880, then again in 1942, and now here it is again, Uranus entered Gemini. So it's affecting America's chart for sure.
Yeah. So, and well, the reason I brought that up too is because, well, for me, 80% of the people, or maybe 75% of the people that listen to my gobbledygook are Americans. The oracular
I am
gobbledygook.
I'm a half breed. I'm half Canadian and half American,
I
so
know.
I'm going to be on both sides.
Yeah, exactly. And me too by design. But anyway, so, okay. So when we look at, I'm going to take 4 cards.
For Aries,
We're going to look at
or
the
for the
elements for August. So we're going to, Deborah,
okay,
you have,
okay,
the missing
perfect.
element, right? So we're looking at, but this time I'm just going to look at the elements. What do the elements say
Well,
for
you
this?
guys don't, and this they don't know what that means. Deborah has this thing called a book
Right.
called The
Oh
Missing
yeah.
Element. So if any of you want to study just the element, if astrology is too complicated, I wrote a book with no astrology, zero. I made a
It's so
point of
good.
not putting, and it's just elemental. So I want to hear what you're about to do with the elements.
So here's what I thought we would do, because all of us have some type of affinity, or we're all impacted by all 4 elements. We're going to use 4, not 5. We're not going to use spirit. Well, we'll use 5. We'll use spirit too.
Do
So
four, don't do
just
spirit.
4.
It's too
Okay, that's fine.
confusing.
All
Just
right.
four.
So what will we do first? And I'm going to, because this will help people know how to manage their energy. So let's pick the first element. And
So the first element's always water. We start in the womb in 9 months. We wake up in the morning, we brush our teeth, we wash our face, we have our tea. And what
And
is the card?
co-create is the card that represents the element of water for everyone this August. If you're watching this video, this is where and we're looking for the strengths and what do you need to know about you working with the element personally and collectively. So this is a slow down. Co-create is also about observing. I'm in process of creation, being really aware nothing is wrong, right? In the process of creation, there is need for rest and recalibration, reconsidering,
I
etc.
think that's the Mercury retrograde.
Yeah, could be.
In the name of water, your
Right,
emotional body just needs a chance to say, Mercury's retrograde, I'm going to slow it down.
right.
Your
And what's
emotion, water's the emotions, it's tears.
yeah, next one.
Air. So air is the next part of the day. Talking, writing, you're socializing, you're grabbing your silly little phone. It's all the parts of us that think, talk, and write. What is it?
And so this month, to get the best out of the element of air is to have a sense of humor. And even those things have slowed down a little bit. And even though, we're in this big, cauldron of mush and woohoo, we don't know what the world's going to be like. Get down and have some laughs, right?
If you can, yes. Now that's so cool. If air,
Yeah.
in the name of Leo, during this month of Leo, knew how to find humor when things went wrong because retrogrades are occurring,
Yes.
just like that, it gets easy, which is what you
Bingo.
and I do. We laugh all the way when we're miserable.
I know. We like almost peed our pants in a grocery store once. We were laughing so hard people thought we were crazy. Okay.
It's
Okay.
true, you guys.
Next one.
Earth. So after the dream or the emotional body wakes up in the morning, then air is you make the little list. I'm all confused. I don't know who do I talk to? And then we go, can you just go feed the kids? Can you just go take care of your job? Earth.
Remember that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So Earth says, go the distance, right? This is saying, slow down, know that you have a long runway. You're not running out of time. You're not running out of tangibility, right? We know we're having some fun, even though like we've slowed down, but this is to remind yourself, you don't need to figure all of this out right now. And it's going to
That's
change anyway.
really.
This is landscape that continuously changes, even if it looks the same. Even the ripple of the sand changes. If you notice when wind hits sand, it actually changes the entire view of the landscape. So that's part of the organic quality that you need to tune into. I have
What
no
is
idea
Earth?
why I'm doing this. Fire.
I love this. I
Right?
love this. Wait, can I just back up?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be true that Earth element had this long view because it's
Yeah.
got patience? And
Yes.
that's what the retrogrades are this month. And that's what Leo's making us laugh. And the water element was saying, just be, generative and fertile and just let it. So this is perfect. And the last element, which is our favorite, is fire, which is what are we going to do for fun during Leo, during August, in the middle of the summer? The best, this is in North America. Everything's flourishing. Everything's wildly sunny. Let's hear what the card is.
So I got two cards stuck together, which is kind of interesting. So the first card is a leg up. So it's not to be distracted by everything. And a leg up is always a partnership. It's a partnership card. It's like you don't do it alone this month. It's like, I might need some help with this. Hey, can I check in with you? Like, right. So there's this little, you see this little bear jumping on its mom's back. It says a leg up. It means that help is there for you. You don't have to be if you're in your head and you're being goofy, that's pretty good. But no matter what life throws at you, you're not in it alone and help is available to you. And it's also stuck to this card, which was stay out of your story. The never-ending story. It was upside down, which is not my circus, not my monkeys. Is this
Well,
yours?
this is what happens during retrogrades. This is so
Right?
helpful. Yeah,
Right.
if you know it's a marathon and humor is your medicine, and now you're being told, not your, like, don't let this get you distracted. Just
Yeah.
you guys, August can be, I'm going to just be blunt. August could be difficult if you are a fixed sign.
Right.
And if you remember these cards, you're going to go, that's right. Not my monkeys, not my circus. That's so good for me to remember.
Yeah, right. Just stick to what you know. And really you could have such a good time this month if you remember all these elements. Like they're just four of them, right? Okay. Let's do the signs, right?
Yeah, and if you guys want to get your chart, and you order my book from my website, I'll put your chart in the book and mail it to you.
Perfect.
It's only time I ever give out astrology charts. But if you're just getting acquainted with the astrology and you're like, you want your chart, I'll mail it to you.
And
Okay.
we'll put that link for you guys in the underneath the notes. We'll make sure you have that.
Okay.
Deborah. Okay.
Perfect.
So let's look
Okay.
at how will Aries manage this month, or what do they need to
So
know to give
so
them?
this is, and I'm thinking about your hubby. Aries are not having an easy time. Let's start there. Saturn just entered Aries for the first time in 30 years. Especially, here's what I like to give you as exact dates for the people that are doing 21st to 23rd of March. You are sitting with Saturn and Neptune on your head. Anybody born with that, you have permission to say, look at the suns in my eyes. You have permission to say, I feel like I'm being pressured. Aries are being like they're doing everything they can to get results. It's when you ask, like, it's not an easy time for results. There's a lot of things going on. They've got a lot of balls in the air, but it's not landing. So
Right.
nothing's wrong with that. Permission. And because the good news is they love being in the month of Leo because fire loves fire. Remember, the same always gets along.
Yeah.
So Aries will have a great month in August. But for all you Aries, you're dealing with so many, whether it's health issues or whether it's business, it's like there's so many pieces. It's not the best moment. And it's going to be true for the next 2.5 years, by the way. Saturn entered Aries. It will go backwards in September, October, November. But by the new year, you guys, that's when it'll be much easier to manifest. So pay attention. Don't make it wrong. There's a lot of squares. Mars will be in Libra during the month of August, opposite. So it's going to be, it's not like you're not busy. It's just that things aren't glued. They're
Right.
not gelling all together.
Right.
But it's a very active, this is a very active month for Aries. They have both Mars opposite them and all the Cancer squaring them, and then the Leo activating them. So it's a really good month for Aries.
And so Aries card is new life, and it's in protection, which is there could be some things like you're wobbly, like when a little deer is born and it doesn't know what it is yet in its legs. So it could be things are a bit wobbly, but that doesn't mean it's not going to stand up straight at some point.
I
Just
love
not
that.
when you say now. Right. So the Aries needs, again, triple patience this month, and lots of balls juggling. And don't worry about if you drop one, you can always pick it up again.
Because you're going to have, you're in, that's such a cool feeling. Look what
Right?
you're doing, Aries. You've got so much going on. I'm sure you can see this with Mark, but it's a little frustrating when they don't land.
Yeah.
Okay, should we do Taurus?
Yes, please.
So now the Leo season for Taurus is a square. Remember I said all the fixed signs will have a little bit of tension. And specifically if you're born April 21st to 23rd, you have Pluto squaring you. Pluto's in Aquarius. Taurus is a square 90-degree angle from one to the other. So you are being asked to change. Now, what does Taurus hate?
Okay.
Like, please don't tell me I have to change, but you have to. If you're born April 21st, 23rd, go get an astrology reading because this whole last 6 months is driving you a little nuts. Now, Mercury's retrograde, remember that in Leo? Well, it's squaring you. So remember that all you need to know is if I was a Taurus, I would be like, this is actually a good month for Taurus because you get stuck. And this is not a time to be stuck. It's irritating. The way you get somebody unstuck is you bug them. Stop it. That's kind of like how it goes. Like it makes you irritated. Otherwise it's docile and it becomes subdued. So all of you, you're going to have a square from Uranus. It just sounds funny. You're going to have a opposition Tauruses, or square, I should say, from Pluto. And the good news is all summer long, Jupiter in Cancer is cuddling with you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not all bad, Taurus. It just means that there's a Mercury retrograde affecting you and the sun squaring you. And if you're early, as I described, the 21st, 23rd, Pluto's calling your, but for the rest of you, this is a month of feeling good, loving the summer, and noticing that people are bugging you.
So let's pick a card for Taurus to see if we can help any. Oh yeah, and it's about being receptive too. So to the prompt. So when the Yin card is always about not pushing, it's interesting because Taurus, as we know, can be quite stubborn. So this isn't about pushing your agenda. It's about receiving that gut. And because everything is slowing down, etc., we're required to. That's the thing. I think the tension happens when we work against the energy, that because we're like, no, right? And this is saying, no, you're going to have the best, much better experience if you just Allow.
Yes.
Allow. And it's organic change. It just happens.
Allow. So
Allow.
don't resist. Another way to say this, Taurus, you can resist, but you've got this friendly little cuddle from your little Jupiter and Cancer saying, can you just come with us? Like just gentle.
Yeah, it is gentle. It is
And if
gentle.
people irritate you, you just be patient. You put your hand in your heart and you go, I forgive myself for getting irritated.
Yeah, good one. Yeah.
Okay, now here's the good news.
Gemini.
Yes, I'm getting this thing up here. Okay, so Gemini, oh my goodness, this is such a crazy window right here. Hold on. Okay,
August.
you know what? Uh, yeah, Alyssa, can you resend me Gemini because that didn't come through?
So why don't I start with the card while you're waiting for that?
Okay, perfect. Although I actually know what's going on with Gemini because I
Well,
am a
I'm going to
Gemini.
say first, and you tell me. So let me just say that we're going to switch it out now. I'm going to talk first. So the card for Geminis for August is regeneration, which means rebooting all kinds of stuff that didn't have a lot of energy in the past to
Yes.
shoot up with life force energy. And you're like, woo, what am I doing now? This is so fun. I'm so cool. I'm like, and you got to be careful not to get scattered because there's so much good shit in January, in August, or right? It's like,
No,
what
it's really, really true. This is Gemini's month.
you go.
So what was the card? Tell me again the
The card
card.
is regeneration, which means
Yes.
also things from the past that you might not have worked out. All of a sudden, they show up for you and again and go like, "Whoa, I know now this version of
I'm
this."
gonna say I'm gonna say it's prayers being fulfilled. Like your Gemini, August is a great month. One, Leos and Gemini get along great. Two, Mercury is going retrograde in service to you because you go too fast anyway.
Yeah,
Three, if you're born May 21st to May 23rd, you've just got this electrical wake up call, and your dreams. It's just what she said. Like this is a great summer for Gemini. Jupiter just finished all last year touching you, giving you opportunities, and now you're actually manifesting.
yeah, it's great. It's a really good month for Gemini. So now let's take a look at the next sign, which is Cancerians.
Okay, well, who won the story this month is you. So Jupiter, do you know this? I think you know this. Jupiter entered Cancer for the first time in 12 years. Jupiter is 100 times the size of Earth. So I want you to imagine, we can't, but just pretend you can. This giant planet that's benevolent every year goes through a sign. So last year, as I mentioned, it was Gemini. So they had a lot of opportunities that are now landing. Cancer, Jupiter's coming to tickle you. What happens when Jupiter's happy? They eat and they want to spend money. And I'm going to encourage you because Jupiter is there and Venus. So you're falling in love. You want to spend money. You've got opportunities and you indulge. No guilt. I'm going to say this is a summer where you probably wish that you were going to be on some special diet because that's what cancers do, but this is not the time.
Oh, too bad because
It's
I'm on a
he-
special diet and it's working.
okay. Well,
But
let's put it this way.
I'm gonna spend some money.
Okay, and it can be a special diet. It's just you're doing it out of joy rather
No,
than
I
out of
am.
pressure.
I really am.
It's
Not.
like
It's
it's
not
like a
about
pot. Like
this.
if for the first time you're going to lose weight or you're going to maybe just change your diet, but not from the place of a hip. You're
No.
like, this is really good for me. I feel really positive. That's the feeling.
Yeah, that is the feeling.
It's, yeah.
That
So
is
it's very you couldn't have a better month than August
I love that.
for can yeah, which
Now
I
let's
can
go
see
to
it in
Leo.
you. I'm watching you. Okay. Happy birthday to you. This is your month. It's a celebratory month for Leo. There is a million reasons why you should be celebrating because you always make up a story. Early degrees. If anybody's born July 20th, when is your birth date?
17th.
Okay, well, early degree of the 17th of July.
Yeah, you
That's
knew that.
interesting.
I'm July
Yeah, that's
17th.
true.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then this is wrong. It's not July. So this is supposed to be June 21st and 22nd. Is that
No,
oh,
we're in Leos.
I know.
So
What is the early so help me. This is an astrologer acting dumb.
and
The
we are
very
going to be
entrance
editing
of
this.
Leo.
Leo enters Leo at July 23rd or 22nd, 23rd, right?
20th. So if you're born July 20th to 22nd, I was right the first time. You guys are in a big fat change because Pluto's opposite you. So that's just one note for you guys with that birthday. The rest of you, the rest of the Leos, this is a time for change. You have support from Mars and Libra the whole of August, which is sextiling you. We talked about fire and air. They get along great. You have a whole bunch of energy coming your way because it's the summer, it's your season. It's like a quality of fun factor. And as we said earlier, what Colette said, during the month of your birthday, the energy increases. Now, for some people, they're like, back it up. The Cancers are like, this is too much. But the Leos like, bring it on. So enjoy this month and know that when Mercury's retrograde, it's going to frustrate you that it's not going as fast as you want. And you're going to remember from this session, oh, that's right. It only happens twice a year, sometimes 3 times. But Mercury retrograde is worthy,
Yeah.
especially if it's in your sign in Leo, to say, oh, that's right. I'm going to go a little slower. So unnatural for Leo. But try it. You'll like it.
So the card was interesting for Leo is chaos and conflict. And it is but so you can avoid this. So this is not predicting that you're having chaos and conflict. This is when you slow down, don't create yourself any unnecessary conflict or name it.
Drama.
No, we don't want drama because that's the thing. The drama queen sign, right, can go, oh, it's not working. As a matter of fact, it's the opposite. So do not give in to that drama queen because it's going to irritate you and
It
everybody.
escalates it all. Yeah. If I were you guys, Leos, this month, I would really practice saying over and over again, I am so thankful.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful. All these people love me. And I got all these presents.
Yes.
And I got all this beautiful. So every time an irritation comes in, you just change it with I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
It's
No
going to change the
drama
whole
llama
story.
month. The
Yes.
no drama llama month. Right. All right. Virgo. The Virgos.
Okay, let's see. So if you're born August 23rd to 25th, you've got a challenge going on just for the rest of this year. It's going to, no, that's not true, till September. So the next month, you've got Uranus squaring your sun. It just sounds funny. It's technical. The short answer is for Virgos, there's a lot. I would suggest to you guys, go study. Go take Colette's class. Go take my class. Use the electrical energy that's running through your Virgo nature to not worry. Quite the opposite. To study. One of the things Colette teaches over and over again is use those cards to self-regulate because it informs you. That's what Virgos, they analyze all day. So Jupiter and Venus are both in Cancer. You like that. It's a support system because Cancer's water, Virgo's earth. You add water to the earth and Virgo goes, oh, I love this feeling. So take advantage during this month of the yum yum. It's your birthday at the end of August. Again, the voltage will increase. There's nothing to worry about, which is what they specialize in. And because Mars was in Virgo during July, and now we're in August and it's in Libra, whatever got started during last month, now you're able to actually function and get because there was a lot of activity for Virgos. Sorry, during Libra. Yes. During Virgo, during July was very activating. During now August, you're going to have the chance to fulfill what got started last month as Mars goes into Libra. It's not as difficult. So I would really, if I were you, Virgo, sign up for some classes.
And you can is it time for a nap is also the card for Virgo, which is you can really relax, look at your self-care, and actually learning something will help you because it helps the mind, but it also reminds you that your body is important too. So resting
that's so good.
Right? And taking breaks, I think, is the other thing. And not
natural for Virgo.
No, and not overanalyzing in the break. Like if you could give your brain a break or your head a break or your need to know and, put them in special.
It'd be really good for that. That's a really good suggestion for Virgo during this month. Like whether it's Joe Dispenza or some meditative practice, like some way when you're on the break, because Virgos can't sit still. They need something to tickle their brain that will take them away from worrying because they worry. But if you learn meditation during this month or you made your effort for whatever happened last month that bugged you, now you need a time out. Not to get lazy.
No.
To calm your nervous system.
It's to recharge. Yeah. And I love your idea about Joe Dispenza's. I loved his workshops. But if you're not a person who wants to be in a crowd,
you can. There's a million online. I use them.
Yeah,
there are meditations you can use me too. If you can't sleep, I have a whole library. You can they're free. So go ahead, Virgo. Use something. To her point, you're going to rest. Don't worry while you're resting.
Yeah, don't worry while you're resting. Exactly. All right, let's move to Libra. Ooh.
So early degree Libras, anybody born September 22nd to 23rd, you are really in a, this is Libra is having a very, those early birds are having Pluto trining them. They're in their season because Mars is going to go through Libra. This is a very activating and positive energy. It's energized. That's what I'm going to say about you. And Mars goes into Libra on August the 7th. So that's when you're going to be going, oh, this is what they were talking about. All like what Virgo had last month in July, in
Mhm.
August, it's going to be Libra. And you're going to feel like either edgy and pissy, which is Libra's passive aggressive. They hate that, but they are that. Or like, oh, I feel like writing. I feel like connecting with people. I'm going to make a party for, I'm going to prepare for my birthday early. I'm celebrating people. It's a very energized era. I'd love to see the cards you got.
Treasure Island. So it's about giving yourself the gift and also recognizing that you don't have to look outside of yourself for gifts. You have that within you too. Like it's a satisfying month. So I feel like tune into this sense of how far you've come. I think that's one of the exercises that we do in Oracle School is we get people to look at the synchronicity timeline, see how far they've come, see how spirit's always been in the room with them. So it's like that partnership headspace that you're in is partner with your own abundance and trust that there is more. And that's just super. I think it's a great month for Libra.
Yeah, it's definitely activating. If you're not prepared to, because it is a great month, but if for any reason you're in that passive aggressive, indecisive,
That
you're
will not
not clear,
work.
you're going to drive yourself nuts.
Yeah, that will definitely not work.
Yeah, so just pick up the ball because you've got this positive. It's Mars. For once every 2 years, Mars goes into Libra, and this is the month.
Yep. Now we have
Okay, and
Scorpio.
then
See?
okay, let me get you some Scorpio. Here we go. So, remember I said the fixed signs have this challenge that was Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and
Yeah.
Leo. Scorpio, you're one of them. So Mercury's going to go retrograde. You're going to feel the square from Scorpio to the square from Leo and the full moon that's going to be in Aquarius activating you. And what does Scorpio do when they're activating? They go one of two ways. Either they get really quiet and don't talk, or they get mean. So be careful because with all that squaring, I just heard a story recently of a friend whose boyfriend Scorpio just acted out. It's unfortunate for Scorpio that regulating their anger once in every 2 years comes out with a big loud noise. This would be the month to be aware of. And if you're early degree, November 20th to 21st, then Pluto all year is pushing you. And therefore, you want to learn how to say, I'm sorry, I need help. Can you please come closer? Don't do that avoidance thing. That's what I would suggest.
And that's
I'm
interesting
interested to
because
hear.
we got the fates card too. So this is about, do I allow life to come at me and then react to it? Or do I recognize that I participate in creating my reality? I participate in my destiny. It's
Yes,
my choice in how I do it. And
boy.
even if there is something bubbling up like judgment of others, and I catch myself on this train, I can get off the train. Like you have power.
When
Yeah.
a Scorpio knows they can stop before that comes out, that's called the observer. That's
Yeah.
awareness, which is
That's
what
good.
you and I teach. But
Yep.
if you can't turn on your observer, that's what astrology is for, to make you go, whoa, I do have a part of me that's mean. And then you can stop the train.
That's
But
right.
otherwise,
Yeah. And you could do some damage if you're not careful. The sting, you will have to be responsible for the sting that you sting. And you why know you have to make amends when you could have held the sting in when it's not.
or better, if you, because it's honestly Mercury squaring them, Sun squaring them, Moon. If you sting, just say I'm sorry. That's what he
Yeah,
did.
that's it.
This
Say, oh, I
Scorpio man.
stung, I stung.
And then you say I'm sorry, like practice Scorpio, like well, I can't, and you can be responsible for the part of you that you're not responsible for by saying I don't know why I did that. It's
I
okay
love
to be
that you brought that
humble.
up because I think because I happen to know, we both know a few Scorpios that are really conscious, like our friend Aisha, very conscious human, right? So there are certain
Super conscious.
Scorpios that are leaders, that are, these modern mystics that are like Aisha Ophelia. She's out there and she is like a triple Scorpio. So she's a really great indicator of somebody that can show you what really aware, conscious scorpionic energy actually looks like. And so this kind of quality this month in August, is just actually really, if you can learn to be conscious of even your unconscious, right? Being the observer, again, getting into the observer, I think you're going to have a really, really powerful, profound experience in August.
That's the thing about squares. They are powerful.
They're
Like when you're going through a month when the sun's in Leo and the moon's in Aquarius squaring all your Scorpio, that's not bad. That now that you know, that's why you're watching this. Like, wow, I can really feel the tension building, and I'm going to take advantage of being awake.
Yeah,
which brings us to our good friend Sagittarius.
Yes.
This month for Sag is really, really fun. Well, first of all, Sag loves Leo because, again, fire and fire. Oh boy, Mercury's going retrograde. Is supporting them. They like to have fun and be more honest. November 21st and 22nd, you have that opposition. We talked about the electrical current that came through in the month of July. Well, now it is really affecting you if you're born November 22nd, 23rd. There's Uranus going ding, 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 ding to the Sagittarius from Gemini. And if you're wise, you'll say, I'm a little crazy. I'm activated. You'll think it's funny.
Right.
Like that's the whole thing. There's momentum this month for you, Sagittarius. But can you keep your humor system and be humbled? Because when you get this much energy, you don't know that you're a little loud.
Right. And the same thing, you might know your shallow breathing, right? You know how sometimes we're like,
yes.
So get for oxygen. So it's really also about know your little nut. Like, again, truth telling can be like, I'm telling the truth. And then you might change your mind at the end of the month and it was a different truth. So this is the other thing, is just breathe, get really good deep breaths in this month, because you could be feeling like a ping pong ball. And
you're going to
yeah,
exactly. I agree. You're dealing with your emotional body, Sag, this month.
Yeah.
There's a lot moving. So if you can keep your humor, which is your specialty, but also keep your heart open and go, whew, was that loud? Sorry.
I got to take a deep breath and go for a walk. Exactly.
That's Sag's favorite thing. Get outside.
Walking for everybody this month. Okay. Now we
Capricorn. The coolest thing, Capricorn, it's like a Cancer because they're opposite signs. They're both being influenced. For Cancers and Capricorn, both Jupiter and Venus. In Cancer's case, they're getting blessed with that big fat planet, giving them opportunities. It's a big planet of joy, by the way, Jupiter. For Capricorn, it's opposite you. So you are actually having a really good summer, Capricorns.
Yeah.
You've got Jupiter opposite. You've got Venus opposite. You've got Mars and Libra squaring you, which you like. You like tension. There's something for you to do, you're good to go. Early degree Capricorns, December 20th to 21st, Saturn squaring you. So yes, Jupiter's coming to play, but you're like, I now know what you always do this, but I now know what we need to do. And you do all those early bird December birth dates. And I would say this is one of the most powerful months for you, for Capricorn. You're going to clean the garage. You're going to go clean up the house. You're going to feel motivated to like tell everybody what to do.
Oh my God, I love that, because it is Capricorn. So the card that I chose is similar to but according to the sign, it lands differently, right? So the card it's a limited vocabulary. Now we have to apply it to Capricorn, right? So
what is the
month, the regeneration card came again. So that was for Gemini too, but in a different way for Capricorn, because it is about decluttering, it's about renewal, but in a way that's very tangible, right? It's not in your head. It's in I know what to do now. I learned it this summer and I'm going to go do it now. And I've had the best time, and that's,
and they're telling everybody else what to do. It's okay, Capricorn. This is, you take care of those kids and your husband and you tell them what to do. And you tell them that Debra and Colette told you to.
Yeah. It's like really the boss is awakened.
Yeah. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it all summer long because you've got this really powerful asset of Jupiter and Venus.
And I think,
and then
when September comes, I think September's my favorite month, but whenever like the Capricorn personality gets through August, they'll be like in September, like, wow, look what I did. Look what I did in August.
Yes. The whole summer, Capricorn's having a great summer.
Yeah. Perfect.
Aquarius, if you're born January 19th to 20th and there's Pluto in Aquarius, so you're feeling it sitting on you, you're being called out. Aquarius, you're this whole last 6 months, those early birds have to say, oh God, something, and you probably don't know it. That's why I'm here as an astrologer to say, go get a reading because you can't figure out what's going on. This month, because Sun's in opposite in Leo, you're going to be so energetic. And Mars is in Leo, giving you like a roof, roof, such a big thing. I mean, and Mercury squaring you. You've got so much of Pluto's opposite your sun. Come on. Okay, so Aquarians, we need you right now.
Yeah.
We need you to lead us towards the future in a way that is not resistant. Like the rest of me, I'll just speak for me because Colette's so much better at AI. I'm like, but Aquarius is dun, 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 dun. They're running towards this new era.
It's because
They
my
like the idea.
Aquarius.
Yeah, so commute. So look what Colette's going to be doing for the next 2.5 years. Community, teaching us. This is all Aquarius. Writing, being able to instill new thoughts. Science, her favorite thing. This is a great summer for Aquarius if you're willing to admit that you might need help because they never ask for help.
Well, what's really good too is August is the cleanup month for Aquarius too. So when you look at the earliest 6 months of the year, like up until July, let's say July, which is the 7th month, but whatever, you have to have a minute to think about it. And then it's like, I have to let a lot of shit go, right? I can't bring it with me in this next leg. So I think August is also a clarity month for Aquarius, getting more clear. The innovative thinking is on tap right now, but it can't all go in the same bowl with the old things, right? So it's kind of like that precipice of like the old and the new, and Aquarius, it can be rigid, right? So there's a rigidity quality there because it's a fixed sign too, right? So
yeah, and Mercury's squaring it, it's opposite it, and Leo's opposite. It's being activated to be, to your point, a little more flexible
and cleaner,
not easy.
Cleaner and more flexible.
Great.
Got it. All right. Last but not least.
Okay. Mercury is retrograde in Leo's not easy for Pisces. They're like already a little bit open to the alternate worlds and going backwards, and now they're really going backwards. So I would say the good news is Jupiter and Venus in Cancer all month is supporting Pisces. It's both water. Whatever the planets, you guys, this is beginner astrology 101. The same reason why Colette and I get along so well, because she's got a grand trine of fire, and so do I. So we're like, oh, we think everything's funny. And so that's what the nature of compatibility is in astrology, is the same. But that's not what's going on for Pisces, because it's all in Leo and it's all of this, fire. And they're like, can you back up? So I'm so curious what the card is. What is the card?
Card is round and round. So this is a card where you revisit old patterns, beliefs, ideas. It's a cycle card where it's like, I've done that before. I don't think I want to go there again. So it's really about discernment for Pisces this month, slowing down and being very discerning where you place your energy and what you allow inside your head too. I think this is the other thing. Like, what are you learning? Like,
imagination.
Get off the internet.
Yes, going round and round in sick thoughts, or getting caught in a loop where you feel like you're not doing enough. Pisces, this is the summer, and you're allowed.
You get to have vacation time in August.
Yes.
If you do that, you get to walk away into something new. Just go, I'm done. Like, I'm not even going to sort out the garbage. Somebody else can come do it. I'm out.
Like, and you know what? Because you know why? Next month when we do this together, it'll be Virgo, and Virgo's opposite Pisces, and that's when they can walk away. But when you're in Leo, they're like, this is too much. It's okay to just, I always tell people, do nothing on purpose.
Yeah, do nothing on purpose. That's right. And this month particularly, which means then if I do nothing on purpose, I have nothing to figure out. There's no deep spiritual meaning of all of this stuff. I just get to take a break. Read a fantasy novel, right? Go read a fantasy novel, like, because next month we get back on track and we start to sort out the puzzle pieces. Like, go, do something, nothing to do with your plans that are so deeply ingrained, et cetera. Just say, okay, I you know what? I'm not feeling grounded right now. And if that's true for you, depending on your more complex, the complexity of the chart, right? So it's not always just the sun sign, but I think for
But it
Pisces,
is really
yes,
influential. I mean,
very
you
influential.
guys, you're going to use every month. We're going to give you these, and you're going to be like, "Wow, it's really accurate." When the sun, to your point, during the birthday month, just the sun sign energizes you, and your Cancer's like, ugh. During the birthday month of Leo, they're like,
You're
"Whoa,
like,
I'm getting all this
"Whoa."
extra." And yeah, and it's a sun sign that describes that.
Yeah. So you can, when you listen to these videos, you guys, you can also kind of listen to the flavor. And if you know your rising sign, your ascendant, and your moon, like for example, my moon is in Leo. I have 4 planets in Leo. I love August. Always love August, right? It's like, woo! But I don't have the overamping of the, like, it's not
Because
so, it's
no,
not
because Leo's
impacting me.
built for the job.
Right. Exactly.
Cancer's not built for the job. Your sun sign, yeah. So I like to
Yeah.
say,
Get to know your
I like
chart.
to keep astrology really simple. So yes, you can do your moon and rising, but just stick with when we're
Yeah.
doing
When we're
these,
doing it, just stick,
make it,
we decided just
yeah,
to stick with your
it's
sun
going to
sign.
make it simple. Yeah, it's going to make you feel like you could look at your rising sign and just isolate that one and go back because that will be valuable. We are both Libra. And this is going to be a powerful month because Mars is in Libra. So we have an activation. But also, you guys study with us. Like it's kind of like a we're teasing you. We're giving you one potato chip. Want to hear about this part of astrology in the cards? Oh, you want some more? You got to come study.
So, and we'll give you some links too about, I think Deborah's school's coming up soon too. We've got Oracle School, etc. in
In
August,
September.
and I'm in
I think
August.
August. Yeah, no, you're right. The doors
Yeah,
open in August, but the
yeah,
school.
we're both open at the same time. But one thing I will say
It's
too,
so funny. Yeah.
one thing I will say too about, when you add the stars and the cards together, when you have even the most rudimental understanding of astrology, which is really about know thyself, right? Is that now is not that it, I really feel right now the oracle cards are there. The astrology is there for you to start owning your own guidance, your own inner, like your wisdom that has been gifted to you since the day you were born can be reflected in the evolution of your journey through the cards, but it's always there. The stars haven't changed, like they are always you. Right? And then the
It's like
stars,
a tattoo.
it's
It's
like a
like having a
tattoo,
tattoo.
yeah,
Your chart never moves.
but it moves in some areas into transits and things like
It
that.
moves exactly. That's
Right,
what we're
so
talking.
we're kind of, yeah, so we're
And the
talking about,
progressions, yeah, well,
yeah,
we're going to talk over each other. I like it.
that,
So that's what we do together. So the point of the story is the chart remains. I like how Colette always teaches it. It's static. It's a
yeah.
picture of a moment in time, and it doesn't move. Now the stars continue to move, and the cards are fluid. That's what you taught me.
Yeah, and the cards fluidly follow the chart too, like it follows it. So know thyself. This is what all of us need to be empowered to do. It's not, and the cards, the stars, astrology, and the cards, they are not about giving your power away to something outside of you. They are helping you learn your own inner map, your own connection to destiny, and hook you up to your conscious contact to your higher power in such a way that you will be able to navigate all this crazy chaos that we'll be in for a while. So no matter what goes on external to you, you can have an understanding of what your next step should be, of understanding like, oh wow, Deborah and Colette said this is a month that's going to be activating. So I can slow down. I get it. And it's permission slips. It's understanding what is possible and what is not possible in the cycles of time that we're offered. Anyway, love
And
you. Oh, go ahead.
I just want to say, in
Yeah.
terms of the big planet, like, because so many people are asking this question, July was the month where all the outer planets changed. And now here in August, we have a chance to breathe because it was so
Yeah.
discombobulating. So just take advantage of August with a deep breath. Like, okay, I have to regulate. I have to stop every once in a while, to your point,
Regulate.
and regulate. Put my hand on my heart,
Mhm.
take a breath. If you want to get an astrology reading, I have certified astrologers that I can do the
Yeah.
matchmaking game. You just send in your name and I'll fix it. You want to know thyself requires your
Yeah.
hand on your heart and a
Yeah, and
pause.
it is about being heart centered. We know that, Deb and I mentioned something about AI in the beginning, and I'll likely be doing some blogs about that on my Substack channel. But it's so important as we move into that more mental area that we stay in our heart. Our humanity isn't up for sale or grabs. And we have to work doubly hard on remembering that we are embodied Like we are the soul embodied. We can't just give it
I
over to
love that
our
so
heads.
much.
And
Yes.
that's why we're doing this too, is to remind you that let this information land in your body. You're typing. It's
Because I'm a time Nazi. You know,
okay,
I'm a
we
time
gotta go
worshiper.
now. Woo!
But I'm so happy. I just want to say my observer kicked in the middle of this, and I thought if they would have told Colette and I when we were younger, and one day you'll be on a screen together and you'll be older, but you'll be young.
You'll be, yeah, that's right. That's us. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Deb, I love you. And everybody, we'll see you next month again for Stars and Cards. And we love you.